This is the 2013 GTI, and we've had this lovely 4-piece taillight set on it for over a year now, so it's time to give this taillight set from VLAND a good honest review. So first up, the good stuff. As the first thing you notice, the look of the VLAND taillights is good, and to me, it's honestly perfect. The deep cherry red and slight smoke of the reverse and blinker section is tasteful, and it looks like it belongs in the car, which is just what I wanted. Previously, when I walked up from behind the car, it was just kind of what kind of cheap bleh taillights did they put on this? But now, with these lights, I walk up and I think, ooh, yes, that's clean and nice. And I'm not the only one thinking that, because in the last year, I've gotten numerous compliments on how clean the car is or on how nice it looks. One of which was my favorite, was clean GTI written on a tissue in permanent marker, which for me was the highest compliment, as that's what I want people to say about this car when they see it. Now granted, this car was nice to begin with, but the taillights also help tie it all together. An example of this is this GTI has OEM LED headlights, which, if you're familiar with those, have the little individual day running lights or DRL lights along the side. So matching that on the taillight, the VLANs feature the same style with their LED arrangement in each light, giving the same lighting theme, which is consistent on the front and back of the car. Next up is functionality. On these lights, which out of the box come with sequential blinkers, and the lights set up for one red fog light and one right reverse light. Starting with the blinkers, they are sweet, modern, and sleek. They're nice and vibrant amber in color, and at night are very bright, even though the clear lens portion of the taillight is quite slim. The wiring for these was a bit of a pain, as you have to route the black and yellow wires up through the sequential blinker, up through the wiring grommets and into the hatch of the car. So that was tough to do and to have patience for, but the results were absolutely worth it. The other functions are the fog and reverse light. This GTI doesn't have the rear fog function on the light switch, so normally it just has dual reverse lights. So that means if I go into reverse, when I had the lights, the red fog light would be illuminated on one side and the white reverse light would be illuminated on the other side. Now this is honestly what sold me on the lights. I found that you could just rewire the light so easily that all you have to do to get the dual white reverse light is to swap one of the sides, take the wire and swap it to a different spot. Here, so like red for fog, white for reverse. So then if you move this blue one to the white one, that'll give you the reverse, because that's how it is on this side. So literally all you have to do is just move that one wire and it worked. So now I have dual white reverse lights, of which I have a separate video for that, so if you need a step-by-step, you can go there. Finally, we have the brake lights themselves. When braking, the outer lights are the ones that are illuminated, and all of the individual bulbs light up. Then if you have your lights on, the outer lights and the hatch lights are all illuminated, and then when you brake, the outer lights are still the only ones that become brighter when you brake. So overall, couldn't be happier with the functionality on these taillights, and I think they look great. So now we're going to cover the negatives, because there are a few that you need to take note of. First of which is fitment. Overall, the fitment is good. 3 out of the 4 lights went in super easy and are nice and snug in the car, with the gap lines looking great. But there was one outer light that I didn't know what's up with it, but it just would not go into place. Spent way too long trying to get that little white bolt to tighten up and bite the threads of the taillight. So we eventually had to go get a metal bolt to then get it to bite, to then sort of align the holes, and then from there swap it to the white plastic spring-loaded bolt that comes from the OEM. So that left a pretty bad gap line, but you only see that if you're looking directly down over that individual taillight from above. So overall, pretty good except for that one gap line. The other issue with these taillights can be how well they are sealed. So this GTI sees all 4 seasons, so plenty of moisture from humidity, rain, snow. And when I got these lights over a year ago, I put additional silicone sealant around the edges. I'm glad I did, because yet this summer I saw one of the edges had some moisture that had gotten into it, so I had to reseal it after that. But since then I haven't had any moisture. So if you do get these lights, I'd recommend you seal them with some silicone or some other sort of sealant, just to ensure you don't get moisture issues too. So now that you've heard the good and the bad, I came to my conclusion, in my opinion, which is I've felt the VLAND taillights have been great value for the roughly $250 that I spent on them. I love the lights since they really tie the car together, adding to the overall clean look that I was going for. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know how you like the format of this review. Thanks for watching, and happy driving.